Coming up on Meet the Drapers.
The guided selling automation platform that helps brands and retailers bring the in-store experience online.
Beautiful, nutrient-dense food at scale that's as healthy for you as it is for the planet too.
Nouri exists to deliver gut and immune health solutions.
I've always made my investment decisions through my gut.
You have to have really positive, confident energy.
We're funding heroes, heroes.
Welcome to Meet the Drapers. I'm Tim Draper. This is my father, Bill Draper, my sister, Polly Draper. We are here to create the next generation of startup heroes. Every week, 3 heroes pitch their game-changing ideas to us. We choose one winner to move to the playoffs. 3 heroes of our choice then move to the finals. But here's the big twist. You, the viewers, can invest with us in these companies. The 3 heroes that you fund the most will also move to the finals, where they'll battle it off for $500,000. The power is now in your hands.
Hey, welcome everybody to Meet the Drapers. We are now in our 4th season, episode 8. Can you imagine they still haven't thrown us off the air? It's so much fun. We're interviewing all these amazing hero entrepreneurs, these people who are really dedicating their lives to making our lives better. To my right is my father, Bill Draper, one of the pioneers in venture capital. Now with DRK Foundation, he funds nonprofit entrepreneurs. On my left, Polly Draper, my sister, is an entrepreneur herself. She's created several movies. She's an actress, director, producer, writer. And we have a special guest who we're going to adopt into the Draper family, Kara Ross, an American jewelry designer. But Kara, you're now dedicating yourself to a nonprofit organization. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, first, I just wanted to say I binge watched the 3rd season of Meet the Drapers, and I knew I would be an adopted member of the family, so I'm happy to be a new member.
Be careful, your eyebrows might start growing.
That's okay. I won't need to use the Latisse anymore. Anyhow, so I started a nonprofit to support female artisans and entrepreneurs through the lens of storytelling. So working on a few things. One is a TV series about high-profile female entrepreneurs. And the other thing that I have been doing is investing in primarily female-founded companies, young startups, and helping them along the way. So I'm super thrilled to be here, and thank you for letting me participate.
That's great. We at Draper Associates, we have quite a few high-profile female entrepreneurs, so please do get in touch with us. We'd be happy to introduce you to some for your show and maybe for your fund.
Well, as your newly adopted sister, I will be definitely in touch about that.
Well, great. You've interviewed some entrepreneurs. How do you judge them when they come to you?
I think when you go into a pitch, you have to have really positive, confident energy. If you're not confident about your product, why should I be confident about it? And then it's about, is it going to make people's lives better, easier? Is it going to be good for the environment, for the world?
You mentioned one thing that really struck home with me when we interview all these entrepreneurs. There are plenty of people who look at them and say, what could go wrong? There's something about, what if it works? How good will that be?
Thinking big, right?
Yeah, and it's got to be big. Our biggest returns came from the first search engine in China, Elon, who did both Tesla and SpaceX. Those were big thoughts. We're going to Mars. But we also are kind of looking for that, like, I had this problem, I solved this problem, I think I can solve this problem for all these other people. Okay, let's bring on our first entrepreneur, but before we do, let's see what's going on behind the scenes.
When I was about 22 years old, I was one of the 70 million Americans that was suffering from gut health related issues. And I was becoming super frustrated. I was feeling exhausted and I was having trouble focusing during the day and sleeping at night. And in the wake of 2020, the year that we're in right now, we're learning so much about how our bodies respond to a challenge when it comes. And so Nouri can really shape the future of preventative healthcare and preventative health in general as we start to educate about the importance of taking care of your gut and taking care of your immune system before the body is challenged. Winning Meet the Drapers would mean an incredible honor to us and to our team. We believe in the power of innovation and entrepreneurship, and I think that the entire Draper family is just one of the best examples of supporting entrepreneurs and innovators throughout their entire careers. This would mean that we get to partner together, we get to learn from incredible leaders that have experience that we don't have, and we get to help a lot of people feel better each and every day.
All right, our first entrepreneur is Caroline from Nouri. Caroline, give us your pitch.
My name is Caroline Beckman, and I'm the founder and the CEO of Nouri. Nouri exists to deliver gut and immune health solutions. A couple of years ago, I was one of the 70 million Americans who was battling gut-related illness. And at the age of 22, I learned that 70% of your immune system is located in your gut. Science has proven that it takes guts to feel good. The gut and immune health category alone is a $59 billion category that has been led by large consumer packaged goods companies for years and years. The majority of the products on the market today are really speaking to the problem reactively versus proactively. Today, I think there's a big opportunity to disrupt this entire category. Nouri is doing so by using science. We use this special capsule that delivers twice as much good bacteria to the body, and clear education and marketing to explain the importance of gut health and capture a whole new generation of users entering into this market. Since Nouri's launch, we've created 3 products that are using that special capsule I talked about: digestive health, women's health, and weight health. Each of these products is using targeted ingredients, including probiotics, which are good living bacteria, to achieve very specific health results. And this year, in the wake of a global pandemic, we knew we had to continue innovating in this area of human health. So we created Inner Immune. This is a product that is targeted to proactively support the immune system through the gut each and every day. And it's in a powder format similar to Emergent-C, so it can be deliciously mixed into any liquid wherever you are. Nouri has launched these products at Whole Foods nationwide, and we're excited in 2021 to continue our omni-channel approach with several of the retailers that you see on this slide, as well as direct to consumer. Currently, Nouri is raising up to $1.5 million to build additional inventory, continue our marketing and education, and of course, research. This year has taught us all a lot about human health, and it's time more than now than ever to take a proactive versus a reactive approach to treating our gut and our immune system. I'm so excited to answer any questions that you have about Nouri, and thank you so much.
Well, good. This is great. I've always made my investment decisions through my gut.
I like that.
And I also know antibiotics really destroy the gut. And it's like you have this newly mown lawn. Antibiotics are like herbicides killing off the lawn. And then your gut grows these weeds. And what's really weird is if you lose all of your lawn and you have only weeds, then you can get a poop transplant. This is amazing. They transplant people's poop. So this woman said, well, I'm not just taking anybody's poop. I'm going to take my daughter's poop. And the woman was very thin. The daughter was fat. And the woman took the daughter's poop and got fat. So there is something where the gut is really communicating with your whole body, your brain, your everything. I think you're really onto something. These are all over-the-counter vitamins, right?
Yes, they're available right now in retailers, and we plan to continue that route to market.
And who is the scientist who puts these things together? Do you do that? Is that your background?
Yeah, so what we do is we look at a lot of data and a lot of areas of opportunity, and then we have a leader of science who works side and side with me. So I don't have a background in science, and so quickly knew that that was kind of the first hire that we needed. And he's been working in this industry for I think 25 or so years now.
And then how do you rise above all the other probiotic and omega oil companies out there?
So that capsule is actually what we call a duo cap. We've proven out through research that it delivers double the amount of good bacteria through the stomach acid, which is a really important part for the bacteria to survive through. But the other reasons that people like these products a lot are that they're clean labeled. We use plant-based omega oils. So instead of using fish for omega, we are actually using a plant that's grown in England. And when we harvest 1 acre of this plant, it saves the lives of about 40,000 fish. And then with our newest product, there's no calories in it, there's no sugar, and it combines all of the ingredients plus more that like an emergency would have.
And what are your margins on this?
Yeah, so at retail, our margins are between 45 and 50% right now, and online about 72 to 75%.
Some of the retailers that were up on the last slide were really impressive, and I was just hoping that you would just talk about that for a sec.
There's a lot of technicality that can make these products really expensive, but what we've decided to do is to develop the products in a way that they are very efficacious, but also that we can reach a lot of people. One of the ways that we believe that we can do that is through a lot of different retail partnerships. And so we're working with everyone from Costco to CVS to Walmart. Part of the innovation behind Interimune, for example, was to get this product really well below $1.
On a 90-cent product, how much does Walmart get out of that retail price?
A Whole Foods or a high-end retailer that's in the natural and the specialty category, they usually take about 50% margins. The catch there is they also have distributors who take a margin. Costco takes a 13% margin. So that's why we see products scale very quickly at Costco, CVS, or Publix, Kroger. They usually take around 35 to 40%. So it is different, to answer your question, per retailer.
When you started taking this, what were your changes and what were your symptoms beforehand and how did they change?
I thought that I was going through adrenal fatigue because I was having so much trouble with energy and so much trouble with sleep. And I saw that if you take probiotics and omegas at the same time, that there's this benefit to them. Within, a couple of days' time, my entire digestive health was normal again. The long-term benefit that I felt was that my immune system was stronger than it had ever been. And so I was getting sick very, very infrequently.
Is there a better business model? Vitamins have gone through a number of different business models, and somehow the margins aren't as high as they used to be.
There's a lot of companies that are building vitamin and supplement companies in the direct-to-consumer market right now. My concern about it, quite transparently, is that there's been a lot of VC money put into this category to build direct-to-consumer. And what we see oftentimes with vitamins and supplements is that the cost of acquisition is incredibly high. As you mentioned, it's a very crowded category. When I looked at it, what I thought was the best and healthiest way to build a business in this category today is to approach the omni-channel strategy. And so that is using direct-to-consumer where it's profitable and where it makes sense for a business. It makes sense from an educational standpoint, absolutely. And then also to approach retailers. And most consumers today are still getting vitamins and supplements in the stores. That is shifting to online, but we believe in the fact that we need to be accessible and available.
Terrific. Well, thank you so much for being on our show and meeting the Drapers.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
Okay, so what did everybody think of Nouri?
I totally believe in what she's talking about. Instead of it being wait till you get sick, try to do something every day. I also think it's unbelievably impressive that she's already in Whole Foods, Costco, Walmart. I think it builds credibility to be in well-known, high-profile stores.
I agree about the credibility bump from Whole Foods because that's where most people get their idea of what is healthy. And I'm definitely going to try it.
Dad, what did you think of her?
I would buy tiger skins or automobiles from her. I would think.
I think that might be the problem. I think it's going to be really competitive, and somehow probiotics and omega oils have to matter to people.
And she should, with her advertising campaign, point that out, that this is the only one that delivers it through omega-3s.
I mean, if she can rise above the noise and advertising makes any sense at all.
On my Instagram, I get maybe one probiotic ad a week. And I ordered one time online.
Talk about targeted ads. They
Right?
found their target.
My guess is that women 90% of the sales. Therefore, she can focus her ad.
Except for you, because you would buy a car or a tiger skin from her. So
That's
women plus you.
Okay, well now Kara, we do thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs all around, then we choose which way we want our thumb to go. And in this case, I really recommend you use your gut. Okay.
Thank you.
Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs all around.
I give thumbs up.
Okay, we got 3 thumbs up, and I'm pointing a little bit down just because it's so competitive. Thumbs up, good job. Let's meet the next entrepreneur. But before we do, let's see what's going on behind the scenes.
The light bulb moment to begin working on Pickzen started around my co-founder, Isidro, who's our CTO in Spain. So he was about to become a father for the first time, and he had the experience where he was going with his wife to purchase a baby stroller. When he went to the store and the salesperson asked him questions, he realized that, okay, the salesperson is guiding the experience. And we said, for online shopping, how does that take place? My co-founder Isidro was actually supposed to be with us today, but I'm in Madrid, and with the COVID situation, his daughter was actually in direct contact. So he's been isolating just as of yesterday. At Pickzen, one of our values as building the culture is we're really like a family. And during this time of the pandemic, there's actually team members who have joined the team that we've never met in person. So at times that are difficult, such as these, it's really a team coming together, and having a distributed team before the pandemic helped us bring that momentum to this moment.
All right, now we have Brendan at Pickzen. Give us your pitch.
Hi Draper family, and everyone joining us from home. My name is Brendan Medeiros, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Pickzen, the guided selling automation platform that helps brands and retailers bring the in-store experience online. Now, more than ever, e-commerces are struggling to offer a shopping experience similar to the one offered by an in-store salesperson. Traditional ways of finding products only work when customers know exactly what they're looking for. And predictive solutions like Amazon's You May Also Like base their recommendations on your browsing behavior. With Pickzen, customers lead the buying experience and receive personalized product recommendations at just the right time. Our vision is to become the third standard of product discovery, behind the search bar and filters, guiding customers and driving sales from start to cart. True to our name, Pickzen offers simplicity of choice. With our current focus of e-commerce, the market is huge. The top 3 e-commerce platforms alone account for more than 1 million merchants. With premium e-commerce stores making up about 20% of these platforms, even just a 4% market share equates to a $100 million business. Meet one of our Shopify D2C customers in the pet nutrition space. With Pickzen, they gain the ability to ask their customers questions about their dog, including their name, breed, nutrition goals, and behavior, before providing a personalized product recommendation. Now, Pickzen doesn't do the recommending, the company does, integrating their domain expertise and complex business rules in Pickzen without the need for a developer. We also calculate quantities and frequency options based on all of the customer inputs. On the back end, we show businesses valuable insights around lead information, ROI, and funnel analytics. Building and maintaining a conversational experience requires considerable time and costly development. Instead of worrying about updating complex business rules and managing huge product catalogs with thousands of SKUs and features that change daily, like price and stock, Pickzen frees up valuable development resources so the company can focus on its core business. Unlike our competitor solutions that work like basic filters, Pickzen is also the ideal choice for products that require precise prescriptive recommendations, common in nutrition and cosmetics. On our founding team, I lead the selling, and my co-founder Isidro leads the building. Although we're a young company that started out with a bootstrapping mentality, we're now looking to scale the team, product, and business fast enough to position ourselves as category leaders. Help us on our mission to bring the best of in-store shopping online. Thank you.
Terrific. Well, thank you. Brendan, maybe I didn't understand it completely, but you're just going B2B, but you're saying you're creating a better shopping experience for the end user. You're creating quizzes for e-tailers to get to their end user so that the end user starts telling the e-tailer what they're really looking for.
Exactly. The beauty of Pickzen is that we allow the companies to build these solutions themselves. So typically, they need to hire a developer or an agency. That's really one of the areas that differentiates us. The success of the Pickzen quiz depends on the end user having a better experience purchasing it. And so that's why the ROI that we show in the insights is very important for the company to justify the Pickzen price.
How much is it?
So our SMB solutions range from $299, $499, and $999 per month.
Per month.
And that's our SMB product offering.
And so do you have some customers?
Yes, we do. Since launching, we have more than 40 customers in that space. And then we also have started focusing on the enterprise pipeline. And the value add there changes a little bit differently, but because what's really powerful is the platform itself, we're finding that the smaller companies don't need developers, or they don't have developers actually, they can build it themselves.
Why wouldn't a small business spend the $4,000 or $6,000 a month to either hire someone to do it themselves or to outsource it for less money?
That $4,000, $6,000, or $12,000 that you referenced, that's the annual contract value. So month to month, really the cost from $300 to $500 for $1,000. It's actually cheaper to have it through Pickzen, because in the case of outsourcing it, they'd have to upfront that cost. And then it's going to take a long lead time to actually build the solution. So it makes more sense from a maintenance perspective and actually what's going on behind the scenes. So Pickzen isn't just a static quiz that's on the site. On the background, we have a layer of machine learning that actually improves the recommendations over time.
So give us an example of a customer, why they're using it, and if it has had a big effect on their sales, why?
So the case that we saw in the demo, that's a real case that's live. The name of that customer is called Tailored Pet Nutrition. They're a D2C brand. Their agency contacted us, so it's the agency that built the solution. We didn't have to do anything there. Then we're helping show them the insights, the value that the solution is driving. They've been doubling their sales month to month since the solution launched, and Pickzen is one of the main channels of how customers discover the products on their page. So Pickzen is actually a fundamental part of their business.
Do you get to keep all the data that goes through to the customer? And do you have customer control? Like, can you reach that customer and sell them something?
We do have access to the data. When it's an enterprise pipeline, that changes whose the data is, but we do have all of the metadata. Currently, our business model is not to be targeting the direct consumer. We like to say we work with the business directly, but we do have that potential in the future.
What is your sales volume?
By the end of this year, we'll close at $250,000. With our enterprise pipeline, if we close just 4 of those and we have more in the pipeline, that would actually double. And again, it's recurring revenue and it's subscription based, and we haven't had customers, I think only one during this time that it's left, and it's actually because they had some trouble during COVID, but the opposite is happening. So we're having more traction now because of the pandemic.
I've bought some products this way. Nothing really beats, for me, going to the store and trying it myself, but I understand the allure, especially now during COVID. I guess I wonder what's keeping those products from doing it themselves, which is kind of the question that Cara asked.
Sure, and I think that's a great question to clarify. The technical level of actually customizing that solution, and this is evidenced by the Tailored Pet example that you saw. They're working with an agency, they have a marketing agency, they have a graphic design agency. These are the users using Pickzen to build the solution, because even the marketing agencies don't have the power on the back end to build the solution. On the enterprise end, it's really saying faster time to market, and then allowing the developers to focus on the core business. And when you run the numbers, especially with the maintenance and having to iterate on it month to month or whenever they want to make the change, most enterprises don't know what they want until the solution's already in production. And Pickzen gives that agility to let them change that.
Terrific. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Well, thank you very much for your time today.
Okay, so what did everybody think of Brandon and Pickzen?
There are things like that already available. Your season 3 winner, Vivu, has something just like it on their site.
That's sort of what I thought. I was trying to figure out what he did that other people didn't do, and I couldn't. It was actually quite expensive for them.
Somehow he's got a lot of customers that are already paying like $1,000 a month. That's a lot. Good salesman.
Even if you subscribe to it, you would have to have someone on your staff who would create it, who would use that software. If you're a small business, maybe I only have 1, 2, or 3 employees, and then how is someone going to figure out how to do this? And I don't know. I just wasn't crazy about it, but that was just me.
Dad, what'd you think?
I'm sort of on the fence. I just didn't get enthusiastic about it. I don't understand it though.
There are a lot of businesses that try to sell to the e-tailer and provide some service that makes it better for them. And they usually get money based on how much more they're selling because of the service. But you're kind of stuck in the middle. You're just providing that service to the e-tailer. That's why I asked, do you go to the end user? Do you connect with that end user? Because if there were some leveraged way to reach all those end users, I think then he might have a shot at building a really big business. But we'll have to see what the thumbs say. Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs all around. Where are we going with this?
I don't know where my camera is.
I know.
That's all right. We're seeing it. We see it. I'm afraid he won't want to see it, but we see it.
Yeah.
Let's move on to our next and final of the day. But before we do, let's see what's going on behind the scenes.
So it was 2016 and I was just turning the corner on 30. And I became obsessed with this idea, what am I going to be doing to address climate change? I started researching regenerative agriculture when my friend said, hey, have you heard of regenerative aquaculture? Why don't you come visit a kelp farm in Connecticut? So we took a boat out on the beach, not too far away from where I grew up, and visited our first kelp farm. I picked a piece of rope up from the ocean, ate a piece of kelp, and I was totally hooked. I thought, how do I get more people eating this healthy, virtuous vegetable? If Team Akua is to win the show, Meet the Drapers, we would be so excited to share in all that means, which is, amazing publicity, yes, but also having an incredible team backing us, scaling a first of its kind food company.
Okay, our next entrepreneur is Courtney from Akua. Courtney, give us your pitch.
Hey, Courtney Boyd-Myers, co-founder and CEO of Akua. I'm here today to remind you that food should make us healthy. But instead, our systems are creating a population that is increasingly obese and diseased. What's more, our food agriculture systems are causing irreversible damage to our planet. I'm talking soil depletion, fires, droughts, and yes, even global pandemics. So it's no surprise that we've seen the rise of plant-based food companies entering the scene. So many of these fake meat companies that have come to market are overly processed. They contain ingredients like cultured dextrose, methylcellulose, canola oil, GMO soy, and these aren't products that I want to be putting in my body every day, nor are they products that we should be feeding to our children and passing off as healthy because they're plant-based. It doesn't have to be like this. At Akua, we have the technology to create beautiful, nutrient-dense food at scale that's as healthy for you as it is for the planet too. We source ocean-farmed kelp from regenerative aquaculturists in Maine. All of our kelp comes from these 3D ocean farms. It's like planting a rainforest under the sea. The kelp as it's growing is sequestering carbon and nitrogen, which helps to deacidify the oceans. And when you think about kelp farming, it's a zero input food. It doesn't require dry land, fresh water, fertilizer, or feed to grow. And it's packed with vitamins and minerals. At Akua, we set out last year to launch our first product, kelp jerky. Kelp jerky is a high protein, high fiber snack. We've sold to thousands of customers around the world, Time Magazine Invention of the Year, Fast Company World Changing Idea, and yes, one of Sir Richard Branson's favorite snacks. So now Team Akua is gearing up for our next product, which is in front of you today, Tim. This is the kelp burger. We started secretly selling it this summer in lieu of public tasting events. We sold to over 500 customers. We've seen repurchase rates of over 50%. When we launch, we'll also have a superior nutritional profile to any plant-based burger on the market. Our team is lean and we're super passionate, and we have built an awesome group of investors to date who are all food company founders who've shepherded us along the way. So with your help and our kelp, we can create a first of its kind company that creates new jobs, supports human health, and leaves the earth and its oceans better than we found it. Thank you.
That's fun. Hey, so here's the question. I may need that probiotic from before in order to eat this kelp, but
Untrue. There's 14 grams of fiber in that burger for you, so you're not going to need any probiotics.
okay, I want to know is it just kelp in this?
No, that burger that you're eating is kelp, mushrooms, pea protein, extra virgin olive oil, nutritional yeast, tomatoes, and different seasonings.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll eat this. This is great. I was expecting it to taste more fishy, but it's actually very good.
Well, our goal is to get more people eating kelp.
Richard Branson's favorite is the jerky, but I think this is my favorite.
He hasn't had the burger yet. They're hard to ship to Necker Island.
I would eat more of these. Are they the same cost as this much of a burger?
We're pricing them right now at $3 a patty at launch, which is the same price that Beyond launched with a few years ago. So our goal is to get it down to be the same price as meat, but so much of the meat today is subsidized, so it's very hard to compete as a plant-based product.
What are your margins when you sell it for $3 a patty?
Direct to consumer, our margins are 30% right now. In retail, they'll be landed at 10%, which I realize is not that high. It's actually a lot lower than our jerky. Because it's a frozen product, it does require a little more money to get it to market. I will say though, Beyond Meat, which we've done a lot of comparing, was running at negative margins for its first 3 years of business. So we're pretty stoked to be launching at 10% in retail and 30% direct to consumer.
You mentioned that you have 500 customers. Are there any that you can mention that we might be familiar with?
So we sold to about 500 customers this summer, direct to consumer through our website as part of our kelp beta club. In terms of like where we're going with the burger, so we have a distributor lined up on each coast. Our distributor on the East Coast, who makes our product, has an $800 million a year business across beef, chicken, and seafood, and they do not have a vegan option. They've invested in a seaweed facility for us up in Portland because they're really excited about seaweed as a category. And so we'll be launching this kelp burger with them into places like Costco, Costco.com, Kroger, Publix.
Have you had meetings with Costco and those large retailers? Have they tried it? They haven't received any POs yet, right?
Yeah, our distributor manages all of those relationships, so we don't speak to them directly, but our distributor has green-lighted it for those stores.
How much have you sold?
We're just under 300K in lifetime sales for the jerky, and the burger, I think we're under 25K.
Oh, so 300K already in the jerky. How much last month?
I think we did 20K last month.
Is that all direct to consumer, or are you through some various stores?
About 75% of our business is direct to consumer. Thrive Market's a big customer, and then we work with a lot of specialty grocery stores.
Now, a big part of this is going to be your brand. So tell us about Akua and why we care.
You know, our brand has so many fortunate aspects of pulling in ocean imagery to it, planet-loving people. We're really strong on Instagram. We've done a lot of really cool partnerships with influencers who are like free divers and, you know, kite surfers.
What does the name Akua mean?
Our designer was Hawaiian, and it's a Hawaiian term that refers to gods and goddesses that take care of the ocean. But I thought it was kind of cute because it's like Aqua, but with a K for kelp.
I've had the Impossible Burger. It gave me and my husband a stomach ache afterwards. And I think it's because of what you mentioned, all the different weird products that are in it, yeast and all sorts of other stuff. So this one is guaranteed to be a nice, only good for you option.
Yeah, when you look at it, you'll be able to pronounce every ingredient. There's no chemicals in there. I think with the Impossible, a lot of people are getting stomach aches. It could be from a number of things. The hemoglobin that they have, the heme molecule that they've patented, has been upsetting people as well. I think what Impossible and Beyond have done is amazing. Think about how many people now are open to eating plant-based burgers.
Yeah.
What I'm considering is gonna happen is that there's a lot of people who are either getting sick like you, or just gonna start turning over that box, looking at the ingredients and being like, holy crap, maybe I shouldn't be eating this every day.
Yeah.
So they're seeking healthier alternatives, and that's where the Akua kelp burger comes in.
What I was ruminating about is I'm a big meat eater, and I was thinking, would this do it for me for at least like one meal a day? And I think it would. I could live off of this for one meal a day.
Amazing.
Courtney, thank you so much for coming to Meet the Drapers. We really appreciate what you do.
Thanks for having me.
Carl, what do you think of the kelp company, Akua?
I wish I was able to try it, but it sounds like you really genuinely liked it. Kelp is extremely beneficial. First of all, it's regenerative. It regrows in 3 months. Unlike trees, when you cut down a tree, it takes hundreds of years to grow back. Anyhow, it also takes a huge amount of carbon out of the water, and it's very beneficial for the environment. So, yeah, I liked it.
We have another company that we backed creating sushi through genetics, and it's going to be a long time before the price points hit where you use this rather than using sushi. But this looks like they're getting pretty close on the price point, and they just have to improve their process a little bit. You know, the other thing I'd like to know is if she runs out of supply if this business gets big.
That's what I was wondering too, but if it grows back in 3 months, I guess not.
And what did you all think of her?
I loved her. I thought she was
Yeah, I did too.
so
Me too.
smart and passionate.
Do you think that this is just sort of trendy to be, you know, vegan or vegetarian?
I think it's a trend that's going to turn into a reality for everybody. Our lifestyle is not sustainable with beef anymore. That market is getting too tainted and crazy.
I really would go along more with you having tasted it. I probably would like to back her.
Good. Okay, well, so why don't we do thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs all around? All right, ready? Boom. So I'm 3/4, but only because I'm a little concerned about can she continue to generate supply, which I think she will be. And I think the brand Akua might need some updating. This is a brand building business.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so which of these three moved to the next level? Nouri, which was the vitamins, Pickzen, the sales support for e-commerce, or COURTNEY with Akua, which was this delicious burger here. Which one do each of you like of those three?
The Pickzen, I would say no. I just don't see it as strong enough. Akua is interesting, and I'm really looking forward to trying it. I think it could be great, but I would just like to be involved in then maybe the next round, just so that she can prove proof of concept and distribution. So I would vote for Nouri because she has a really interesting, unique delivery method. It sounds proven, and she also has really good stores behind her.
Terrific.
I think I'm exactly the same. The one caveat being that I really would like Akua just because it's so original and creative. I think it's the coolest.
I think Akua is more differentiable, and it's in a market that's growing very quickly. The gut market, that's pretty flat. It's a tough market to break into, but she's well positioned. She's in a couple of good stores. You can see why she can sell anything to anybody.
Yeah, a tiger rug to Dad.
Dad, which was your favorite?
I think she was my favorite, Nouri.
He's buying a tiger rug from her.
Yeah, I think she could sell anything. You know, whichever entrepreneur strikes me as the best, that's usually the one I go with because it's easier for an entrepreneur that is talented to shift enough in order to get the right product and then really sell it and sell other people on being in her team.
Yeah, I was torn between the two.
I'm torn also, Tim.
We'll see how it goes with a crystal ball.
Where's your magician's hat?
Yeah, he really needs that.
Here.
You need to get that back.
Here,
That was
we
from
got
season 1 meeting.
All you have to do is you take the mask and you put it up here.
Somehow that doesn't work.
That's
that
a
does not
magician's
work.
yarmulke.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so entrepreneurs, heroes, we're going to consult the crystal ball. The winning group is going to go on to the semifinals. The other groups still have a chance to jump into the finale by being the highest grossing crowdfunder. So no matter what happens here, make sure you go out there and send people to meetthedrapers.com and crowdfund your company. You viewers out there, if you saw something you liked, make sure that you do some crowdfunding and fund these companies. Fund these companies. fund these heroes. We're funding heroes. Heroes, come and save the day.
No one's going to sing along with you, Tim.
I know, we need more musicians. Okay, we're going to the crystal ball. And we're feeling it. Oh my gosh, there's huge conflict. There is conflict in you. The dark side, and the light side, and the bright side. Ah! It's a tie. Akua and Nouri, you are both going on to the semifinals. Congratulations.
That is so good.
Good job.
Thank
and
you.
Pickzen,
Thank you.
Pickzen, I'm encouraging you to do as much crowdfunding as you can. Get in there and get into our finale. So good job, everybody. You guys did a great job. And thanks for being heroes. And thanks for coming on Meet the Drapers.
I'm incredibly excited. I don't think there's ever been a better time to focus on spreading this whole idea of gut and immune health. And so we're excited to move on and to hopefully help a lot of people in the process. The judges asked great questions, and the Draper family just has incredible knowledge. So I'm really excited to get to know them more.
Having the opportunity to pitch before Tim and the rest of his family, it was a great experience. And now we depend on you, the viewers at home, to help Pickzen make it to the finals. Now more than ever, customers are changing the way that they buy products. We want to come back and help Tim see the value that we are able to deliver to our customers and then to their customers. We hope that you'll join us, invest in Pickzen.
So excited. We've just pitched to Tim Draper, and the entire team got to tell them all about Akua's business, where we're at, and why we're so excited to be bringing our kelp burger to market. We think you should invest in Akua to be on the ground floor of such a, if you will, blue-green ocean. We've already raised over $350,000 from over 1,000 investors. So you're jumping on board a sailing ship.
See you next time on
Next time.
Meet the Drapers.
We're funding heroes, heroes, future shapers. We're funding heroes, heroes, on Meet the Drapers. We're funding heroes, heroes, move and shake, 'cause that's what we do. That's what we do. On Meet the Drapers. We'll improve the future with our tech. AI, VR, Bitcoin is the best. We'll build and work and grow with you, having fun along the way.